Okay, Silverado South course. A course that I didn't even know if I'd play. This is the first hole. It's obviously on the south of the property. Are you ready for some average golf? My golf swing's in a bad place. Let's criticize me and look at this awesome course. It'll be super fun. You hit over some barranca to start your round. If you have trouble with forced carries, kind of intimidating, but really a wide open fairway. You can miss out right. Hole 1 and 18 kind of run together, which creates a nice routing option. As you saw, two absolutely terrible golf shots, but that's okay. I'm not a pro golfer. I'm just someone that shows you holes. Very forgiving, short opening par 4. That's pretty fun. Somehow ended up with this for par, and the big dog ate a little bit. My only shot that was good on this hole was the putter, and they've always told me, if you're going to be good with one club, be good with the putter. Second hole, little dogleg right action. I absolutely love the trees on the Silverado South course. Fantastic use of like these Sleepy Hollow type looking trees in the fall. Rough, thicker than you'd expect. That one jumped on me. Kind of crazy. I think that was about an 8-iron, but at the North course, you have more undulation and a little bit more target golf. At this course, you have more strategic elements, I felt. And I'll get into that later. That was a good chip. Back-to-back pars. Who is this guy? Well, it's a golf YouTuber. That's right. Pack everything. Look at how bad my feet are lined up. You know this is going to be a bad shot. Yep. Caught it thin, and I actually kind of cheesed it with the cheesy. This is a par 3, probably about 180, uphill, and I hit into the hill. That was not a good chip, but just didn't feel confident over it. Hit the like button if you've ever felt unconfident over a chip and hit a really bad shot and your mom still said you're cute. Then here's a putt. These greens are fantastic. This course is fantastic. Everything about this course is fantastic. Didn't make it, but that's okay. I'm still fine with who I am. Knock it in here. First 4 to 5 holes, I'm kind of like, wow, this is a nice course, peaceful, mellow version of the North course kind of. That was a pulled shot. This is a very short par 4 that if you hit a cut, you can have probably like a simple chip in. I almost hit it out of bounds. There's houses that come into play a little bit to the left. Hit like a stud shot that, as I said before, my mom and parents would have been proud of. Tried to get avant-garde with the filming of this, but it didn't really pay off. But I made the birdie, so go me. You didn't really get to see the putt and how cool and how close I hit it or whatever. But I made it. I made the putt, so, appreciate that. Once again, not really swinging the club all that well. I guess I'm working through some things in life, maybe you could say. This is the same hole, just straight, maybe a little bit more to the left, and then it has a big uphill element with 2 huge bunkers, and those bunkers are very similar to the stuff you're going to see on the North course, which is going to come next week, and that's going to be something you'll see more there. This course, I feel, is more narrow, more tight, much shorter, but in many ways, I think it's somewhat harder to a degree because it rewards accuracy and more of thinking than it does just bomb and gouge, maybe at North tends to do at times. And this is a Silverado trademark. Get the little 3-putt going. This is probably my favorite or second favorite hole on all the Silverado property. My other is hole 8 on the North course. Love a fairway wood setting up tee shot. I took a bad line there. As you can see, I was doing the cheesy. This is a downhill, and there you can see some storms caused some problems. Lucky to keep that 7 wood in play. The play is to stay a little bit more to your left. Look at that. Look at how expressive I am. But you basically hit a wood, and then if you look backwards, you can see you're hitting up a hill and over a creek. It's really a cool hole. It's a big, expansive green. It's just really, really cool when driver's taken out of your hands typically, and then you're hitting to an uphill, kind of like what I'd like to imagine Bethpage black screens are like, but probably way more friendlier and more fun. Got the par, so I'm a cool guy. Now this is kind of your standard, can you hit a 200-yard shot downhill? The answer was no, I couldn't. I tried to hit a 175-yard shot, and the ball rode up the face of the club, and it was not that awesome. But I'm really proud of that chip. So if you're proud of that chip, Uncle Lukie kind of felt like he was knowing what he was doing. That's why I played with the club face, rubbed a little mud off with the FootJoy, and now we're standing over this putt for par. And this is why you shouldn't take mulligans on the golf course if you don't have to, because that par felt like a birdie because I got out of dodge pretty good. That was a really bad swing, but you're used to it if you come to this channel. But this hole right here kind of exemplifies what I think is so interesting about the South course. You're hitting off of an uphill to a downhill drive. 2 holes come into play, and that was a bad shot. And then houses kind of creep in on the right side, big expansive bunkers. It feels like how I envision Half Moon Bay, the old course, to be. And it's just in such fantastic shape. That was a bunker shot. I had a really, really bad lie. And just like that, this is kind of how you can see for an average to okay to not really that good a golfer. That's how you can get a double bogey on this course. It's not the longest course, but things can errors can really compound at this course. So this is the short 9th hole, which is a par 5, but it's like 450. So I pulled the driver, rough, a little thicker than you think. Beautiful creeks on this course as well. I know there's creeks on the North course as well. For some reason, these creeks feel more like someone's homely backyard. Hit the 7-wood, almost got it on the green, and it wasn't really struck well, which kind of scares me because I probably would have lost my ball if I hadn't hit that. Hit a decent chip. I tried to get the lake. I tried to get real avant-garde with the filming. I was trying to, channel some independent filmmakers or something. So here's the putt, and Drano, second birdie. Look at this. Bad swing and still scoring well. 10th hole. This is one where, I didn't really love the strike. It's dogleg right, but the result was absolutely fantastic. Now, I'll tell you what's not fantastic, these swings and the filming. So the next 2 shots filmed terribly. I'm not sure why. And you have a shot I caught fat and then just a basic pitch with a lob wedge. But basically, as you can see behind, if you're watching this probably like a logical person, not for the golf, but for kind of getting a view of the course, I feel like the South course at Silverado is much more intimate and much more of kind of a members vibe, whereas the North course is kind of maybe more, hey, you're a young stallion, go play the course the pros play, try to shoot 1-2 under, and tell all your buddies you went to the pro course and you're really good. This is more like something that people play and live in. Par 5, hole 11, one of the sicker holes on the course. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. So that's water all down your left-hand side. Totally didn't document it well. And then there's houses all to the right. So if this is the big thing about the South course. I think I prefer the South course, though I'm going to do a vlog soon. Tried to film that great. Didn't film it great at all. But you're hitting up to this hill. Left myself about an 8-iron. Really, you can miss a lot on this hole to the right, not as much to the left. A lot of strategy that comes into play. But to me, I'm more drawn to the South course because it's built for someone that hits the ball as far as I do. And it's more about, can I focus on skills I need to focus on, keeping the ball in play and trying to score. Man, is this a struggle round of golf for me. I don't even know if that hit the club face, but this was a good strike that I remember. But look at kind of how wide open it is. But then as it gets closer to the hole, it sometimes gets narrow. Houses come into play. Streets come into play. You have to kind of keep your mind much more clear. Yet I felt I was still at peace. Such a beautiful setting. Both courses are beautiful, but this course really shocked me with the beauty. Just getting up there and seeing how that looks. Got a par. Let's go. Now, once again, road to the right, houses to the left, par 5. This is another super, super cool hole. We're going to do a breakdown on both Silverado courses coming soon. I know you're overjoyed. Once again, trying to get my iron swings a little better. Maybe I should actually speed that swing up, but I'm trying to overthink things and ruin my golf game. So left myself a wedge in, and this is another trait of Silverado. So I'm going to show you the creek in a second, but this is very, very narrow. So it's not a long par 5, but if you try to just bite down, that's the creek you have to hit over. Absolutely phenomenal. Looks amazing. So that's super narrow, at least to my perception of what wide and narrow is. Maybe to you, they're like, that's the widest fairway ever. But houses left, street right. If that intimidates you, that might be a deal breaker for you on this course. But for me, I think that The setting is just much more kind of intimate. And there's another 3-putt, and that's a staple of both my bad golf game and how difficult these greens are at Silverado. Now we're going back through that loop. So this is the other hole. We had seen this hole on hole number 8. This is the hole that we had kind of almost gone to the green at previously. Not judging my distance as well. I think that I'm doing what most average golfers do, thinking I hit the ball further. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you've ever done that. Now here I'm watched Morikawa on TV, took a couple of practice swings, so I tried to imitate it. But the darn thing was, I didn't get the same result. Go figure. That's pretty strange. But as you can see, the conditions on the course, absolutely amazing. Rolls out fine. This is after a rainstorm too, so it's an awesome course, and I miss it, but that's to be expected. Not super mad at that bogey, though. That's a difficult hole. Love this par 3. This is like probably the coolest par 3, and it's right next to a Burger Dog shack. If you go to Silverado, you got to get the Burger Dog. I actually embedded in that hill. I took a drop right there. Look at that tempo down on the chip. I'm pretty proud of that. I've been working on that, with my swing coach. I don't even have a swing coach, but my ball, it was so wet and embedded in the front. I thought it went in, went back, did a pitch, got up and down from there. I'm excited on that. I actually could have played my ball, but then getting up and down from there, I was like, that is a victory at war. Another terrible swing. I hope you guys don't see swings like that continuing to happen, because that would just be really embarrassing. Gave myself a really awkward lie. Look at how thick the rough is, and that's a good thing. This is like a 320-yard par 3. Somehow I had 100 yards in when hitting a driver, which is not a great feeling. And then I misjudged how far the ball would go and then putted off of the green, which is a double whammy. Super, super cool short hole because it's like a really long, tricky green. And then used the wedge, got myself a bogue. Kind of an interesting course in the sense, just because the number on the card isn't long or in distance doesn't mean these holes aren't difficult. So I think that it's really, really cool, and I think I want to go back there. Best swing of the day, I think. Look at me rocking the JJ Spawn no tucked in shirt look. I think that kind of gave me some extra energy with my half off Silverado shirt. Peter Millar, third birdie of the day. Man, if I could actually kind of be consistent. Look at the bad lineup, body all the way to the left. The power fade is coming to town, and you better believe I delivered with that. But it stayed in play. Once again, houses all down your left-hand side. If you try to hit the super hook, or if you can hit a draw on command, this could get what they call spunky, because you could hit someone's house, and that might not be all that good. That sounded like a nursery rhyme, but it was actually pretty cool. Hit the 3-wood, got a really weird lie in the rough, tried to finesse it, and I was so close. So there's a ridge here, and if it's in that back, you can totally get the ball to trickle down, and it would have funneled all the way down to that lower portion. I would have had a decent look at birdie. Instead, I just kind of had this tricky, really, really finesse putt where you can't really get aggressive with it. Lagged it up there for par. And what I also love about this course, kind of like all great kind of private courses, you finish at the clubhouse. It has that Pinehurst number 2. It has that Augusta National vibe where you're finishing at this great course. As always, if you think I'm a cool guy, like the videos, subscribe. We're trying to go to 1,000. Come on, guys. Help me out here. Okay, I'll see you with the next video.